I'm gonna tell y'all the story about when I was 16, got in the gym and got beat up, man. And then how it made me a better person, and how it made me a better fighter. So I was 16. I just had my first fight, probably like a couple months before that, and I was still getting adjusted to the amateurs. It was kind of hard for me to find sparring. So, but the hub that first for the sparring was lightness. That's like the only place we could really find sparring. So it was like it was a lot of people in the gym, but there was a handful of guys that was really serious about it. It was Pago, his name Maurice Pago, he pro now. Uh, Tommy McElroy, David, of course, and a kid named Josiah. So I used to spar Pago, I used to spar Josiah, and Pago at the time he used to get a little bit of the better of me because he was a little bit more experienced, sparring pros, and even though he didn't have like an amateur background at that time, he was really accustomed to fighting a good amateur pro style. He could punch, he could spar a pro and hold his own. So I used to spar Pago. There's also another dude, Moon, he used to be there. So spar Pago, I used to spar Moon, I used to spar this guy named Messiah. So Messiah was a real strong dude, southpaw. And when I first sparred him, he hit me with punches. He load up on his punches. He hit me right here. I was like, man, this kind of kick can get hard. He was one of the first power punchers I ever really met. I didn't really meet a lot of power punchers, even though I was kind of sparring older dudes when I was younger. They didn't really have like a lot of pop like that. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of got me used to it. Like sparring him over and over got me used to getting used to people who could fight with power punches, people who could throw power punches effectively. So one time I'm sparring this guy, I get in the ring with him, and he hits me, bop, bop, bop. Bop, hits me with a hard shot to the face. Yeah, boom. He throws the left hand, he's a southpaw, throws the left hand, hits me with the body shot, drop. I was like, oh man, that hurt. I drop. Stay on a little bit down, stay down for a little bit, get back up, keep sparring, finish off the round. And I was like, man, I got out the ring. I was like, man, I don't want that to happen again. So me and my dad just kind of went back to the drawing board. Boom. Came back the next week, kind of improved a lot of things. We came back and we started to get a little bit more competitive, because before it was like a little bit more one-sided. He was tagging me a lot, but the next week, it was a little bit more competitive. Boom, boom, boom. We just going at it. And I was like, okay, like the things that we're working on working, and things like that. Having sparring partners that push you in that type of way is very important. That's the moral of the story. Having sparring partners, having opponents, having just people in general that can push you to that next level is very important. Sometimes, if you're in boxing to do something, go pro, go fight in a national, be ranked, fight in the Golden Glove, win a tournament, you gonna run into somebody that's a little bit better than you, or has certain attributes that you don't, or have attributes that you're not used to. And the thing about boxing is those are rooms for you to grow. Those are things for you to grow and learn from. You have to have adversity to grow. And a lot of people, they're kind of scared of growth. They're scared of adversity, right? It's very painful to go through growth. It's very stressful to go through growth. But that's what makes you a better fighter. And it also makes you a better person in general. you know, and that's just in life in general. You have to go through adversity, especially if this is what you want to do. This is not a sport where you can sit around and play and joke. You know, this is people die in the sport, and you have to be a person that wants to push themselves to the next level. And sometimes when you push yourself to the next level, you're gonna fail, but then gotta get back up and get and try again and improve on certain things and add certain things to your regimen. That's the moral of the story.